Welcome back to Trivia Clips. Here's part 2 of our Doors challenge. 10 more questions to see if you're a true fan. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? 11. The Doors' debut album came out in 1965. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, false. It was released in 1967, not 1965. The album included The End and Break On Through. It defined the dark side of 60s rock. The sound was revolutionary and raw. It remains a classic in rock history. 12. Riders on the Storm features real thunder in the background. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, true thunder was added during mixing to create atmosphere. It enhanced the song's moody, haunting vibe. Ray's keyboards mimicked the sound of rain. The song blends jazz, rock, and poetry. It's considered one of their masterpieces. 13. The entire band was arrested for inciting a riot. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, false only. Jim Morrison was arrested in Miami in 1969. He was charged with indecent exposure on stage. The incident drew national attention and protests. The rest of the band wasn't charged. It became part of Morrison's infamous legend. 14. Jim Morrison published books of poetry. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, true. He published The Lords and the New Creatures. Morrison saw himself more as a poet than a singer. His work explored death, society, and dreams. Fans admire both his music and his words. His poetry added depth to his artistry. 15th. Touch Me features a saxophone solo. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, true. It included brass instruments, which was unusual for them. The saxophone solo gave it a jazzy twist. The song marked a shift in their sound. It was a commercial success and radio favorite. Fans were surprised but loved the groove. 16. Morrison once lived on a rooftop in LA. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, true. After dropping out of UCLA, he lived on a rooftop. He wrote lyrics while watching the Pacific Ocean. It was a formative time for him creatively. He often referenced that period in interviews. It symbolized his freedom and rebellion. 17. The Doors were only popular in the United States. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, false. They gained international success during the late 60s. Their music spread across Europe and Latin America. They had fans from Tokyo to Buenos Aires. Morrison's image became a global icon. They're still celebrated worldwide today. 18. Jim Morrison's favorite animal was the snake. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, true. He embraced the snake's symbolism of power and chaos. It appeared in his lyrics and poetry often. He called himself the Lizard King. The image fit his mysterious persona. It became part of his rock mythology. 19th. Ray Manzarek and Robbie Krieger reunited in the 2000s. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, true. They formed a group called The Doors of the 21st Century. They toured with new singers to keep the music alive. They faced legal issues over using the name. Eventually, they performed as Manzarek Krieger. They honored the legacy with passion. The 20th, Martin Scorsese directed the Doors movie. You have 5 seconds to answer, true or false. Correct answer, false. The film was directed by Oliver Stone in 1991. Val Kilmer played Jim Morrison in the biopic. The movie was intense and controversial. It sparked renewed interest in the band. Scorsese had no involvement in the project. End of part 2. Drop your total score in the comments below, and if you're a true rock fan, like, subscribe, and come back for more on Trivia Clips. Fire Dance.